PC gamers, look out! Xbox is trying to Trojan horse you by giving you a Game Pass subscription and then eventually squeezing every single dollar out of you, says Jadis. I'm going to entertain all your comments on this matter, every single one of them, because I have a feeling that you're making that classic mistake, which, to be honest, I can't even at this point blame a lot of console gamers. A lot of you have refused and rejected and fought against and pushed against the proposition of PC that you wouldn't even recognize a PC if we actually threw a freaking full ATX tower at you. I'm talking tempered glass and everything. Like, if it hit you and you like blocked it and it fell on the ground and the glass shattered, you'd be like, what is that? A 3D printer? You wouldn't even know that it's a PC at this point. Because I'm seeing what you're saying, because this right here is very interesting. And it kind of goes to show that there's a lot that maybe we still need to discuss in terms of how the PC market, the PC gaming market actually goes ahead to, to operate. You said to this video about the Xbox Rogue Ally, you said it's the Transbox Enemy X Microsoft is using as the vehicle to begin their process of superimposing the PC audience as their new Xbox audience. They're hijacking you PC gamers from your oasis of tranquility. I'm glad you recognize that we do have an oasis of tranquility. Thank you. Finally, a console guy that gets it. And seducing you into their subscription service only to squeeze every dollar they can out of you once they reel you in. Don't fall for it. Now, you also said, no, this is far more simple. Which version of Game Pass does the Rogue Ally need to play games? If it's PC, it's not an Xbox console. This is you trying to argue that the Xbox Rogue Ally is not an Xbox console. It is an Xbox console. It is an Xbox console handheld PC or handheld console PC. We've shown you all this before from the OG, Rogue device, which if you buy it, you see that it actually says this. And what's beautiful is the device is not locked like your PlayStation 5 or like your Xbox Series X and S. Did you hear what I just said? The device is not locked like your PlayStation 5 and your Xbox Series S and X. And this is why I've been celebrating the Rogue Xbox Ally device, because the Xbox gamer on Microsoft's dime, wait for a sale though, so that it really can act. If you want to be renegade, but some of you want to buy it at the first instance. Again, like I said, I'm not going to try to tell you what to do with your money, but I can recommend a sale. Can I? Come on now, guys, give me something. Wait for a sale. But this device, you could take it because it's one of the cheaper Z2 Extreme devices out there, and you can go throw SteamOS on there. You can throw Bazite on there. You can do whatever you want on there. No one's enticing you for anything. You actually have choice. Whoa, Jadis, did you consider this paradigm before actually looking into exactly? Because this is what's been catching a lot of folk when it comes down to these devices, that the device is still a PC and the device still carries with it a lot of the benefits of the PC. That's why I've basically gone ahead to ensure that D-Batch could not make any point without making sure that he was not reaching a roadblock that he set himself. Because I don't want you PlayStation users to poison the well. Because all you guys like to put out there is just perception-based talking points. That's what you like to put out there, right? So now you want to use Game Pass as another measure. Wow, interesting. When the Xbox app has always been on PC, giving you an Xbox experience, nobody said anything, right? And you didn't come out here to tell us it's not an Xbox app on PC. But now you want to talk about the Xbox Rogue Ally and all that. No, you're not allowed. Simply because this stuff is going to really establish what I think is a new paradigm for the Xbox gamer who's interested in it. I'm telling you, some of you Xbox gamers, whether you buy the $1,000 version, the $500 version, or the $250 Steam Deck Xbox, Wink, wink. Yeah. I want y'all to fight in the comment section. I'm going to see a fat new thread on that comment. Let's go. You still get access to all this stuff. And I can tell you, depending on how much your investment is in, you may forget that you actually have a Game Pass subscription when you see all what's actually being dropped out here on the PC side. It might blow your mind. You see, when we show you on TV, it may not be believable, right? Like when I fire up like Prime Gaming and I say, hey guys, look, you're just giving out some free games, and then I yawn. And I fire up Good Old Games and say, guys, you know what's been happening in Good Old Games? A lot more developers are putting their games on video games, on Good Old Games. And it seems like many developers now are considering it a viable option as the competition continues to squeeze. The decentralization of the PC platform and the way that Valve has positioned itself, even if it's the biggest of them, still allowing for its keys to be sold far and wide and across the board, and other players in this particular space make it super competitive. In fact, it got so competitive up in here that Xbox and its PC prices were starting to look stupid. And everybody was like, yo, what is going on here? Even Xbox on PC started to compete to get monies. So when you say entice, you're like, dude, you don't understand. This whole PC thing, guys will build a 5090 and rather watch YouTube than pay you $60 for a video game. You must not know the PC player base. It's a very strange, wild player base. They'll load up that PC. They'll put like the fastest CPU money can buy, the best motherboard that they can actually go ahead and afford. They'll get the best headsets and controllers, and all they're going to do is sit on Discord and goof off with their friends until that headset battery dies, and then they're all right, guys, let's go to bed. Than to give you $60 or $70 or whatever for a game they couldn't be bothered about, or for some silly FOMO. FOMO is the conditioning, and I'm about to say it, is the conditioning that they've put on the console ecosystem. That's literally the basis of the console ecosystem. Fear of missing out. Oh, we have this exclusive over here. Oh, let's go pay this third-party developer to hold this exclusive here. Hey, kitty. Buy our console. Come over here. If you don't come over here, you're not going to get this game. This is why Xbox looked at it and said, we're going to basically blow this crap out of the water. It was free. They did the exact opposite. And that's why they put PlayStation where PlayStation is, in the bucket of irrelevance. There is more news right now about the Game Pass price hikes than there is about Ghost of Yote. Take that. Single player PlayStation, third party, high quality, blah, blah, blah game. That's what they've done to y'all. I told you that the media and all of the detractors and all of you were going to single-handedly negatively foment Xbox to number one position. And you all, like, mice into the big, huge trap or whatever, like moth to the flame, you fly head on into the exact same errors that you're making, rather than either critique PlayStation legitimately to give more value, or critique Xbox from a value proposition and a quality proposition. Valid criticisms out there, actually, a lot of them for Xbox. But again, this is what you guys spend your time doing. It doesn't necessarily do anything. You're looking at the ecosystem where people take games and pay not a dime, and you want to say entice? I had a conversation with one guy one day. I was like, bro, you should play Batman Arkham City, man. It's a really cool game. Don't worry, I'll gift you a key. You know what he said? He said, yeah, I'll pirate it when I go home. I said, bro, the game is $3. He's like, oh, it's $3? Oh, okay. And I was like, no, I don't sound convinced. So I gifted him the freaking $3 CD keys code. You've got to be kidding me if you say stuff like that. And I told you on Twitter, I say, you don't understand how it goes down here. Those of us that are, front facing, some of us will tell you how it is. When you listen to people like, oh no, it's Alex, they will openly talk about that kind of a paradigm. Just because I don't sit here and talk about it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, and doesn't mean that it's not a significant piece of this whole thing. If you understand what I mean. So again, you have to understand this ecosystem and understand how it moves. And this is why I've been pulling you all in there, not so that you be pirates. Please don't go and, say that that's what I said. I never say you should pirate games, but for crying out loud, right? But at least I can show you that, man, ideally, you get good bang for buck. You shield yourself from the shenanigans that they can throw your way, and you get to play PlayStation games. Peace out.